Hello, Jonathan here. Today we're looking at the dreaded F chord. I say the dreaded F because the amount of people I meet who gave up guitar playing because they got to the F chord and they said to me they just couldn't do it, and they knew, they always say, they'd never be able to do it. It is difficult when you first try it. Your fingers just aren't designed to go into that shape. But if you persevere, I promise you, you will be able to do it with ease. It's just like anything else to do music or life, really. You need to keep at it and practice it. So let's have a go. It's as I say, it's a first bar chord. Bar chords are chords where instead of being like a lot of the open chords you might have done so far, you're using one finger to bar across the fret to block the strings and play the string only from that fret onwards. So in this case it's our first finger barring the first fret to play the F. Because this is so difficult to do first time round, I'm going to break it into easier stages. So we're going to do an easier F to start with. So this is part one of the dreaded F chord. So for this version we're just going to bar what's called the top two strings. So by which I mean the highest sounding two strings. So the top E and the next one up from the ground, the B string in standard tuning. So our first finger, if you can see that, move a little bit, is barring over those two strings on the first fret, behind the fret wire, not on it, because that'll make it buzz. And it takes quite a bit of time to get used to playing those two strings so that they sound like that. For start with, it might be a bit more like that, for instance. Now, because we're going to place our second finger as well, what you tend to find is the pressure on that first finger is more rolled. I'll exaggerate to show what I'm saying. More rolled sort of away from you, like that a little bit. Not that much. I'm just, as I say, I'm exaggerating to make room for your other fingers. In this case, your second finger. So get used to playing that. So you get a nice clear two notes there, and then our second finger is going on to the next string up, the third from the floor, the third string, the G string on the second fret. So all together it's these three notes, and that's the first F we'll try because it just gets more difficult after that. So try and get used to playing the two finger version of F. So as I say, first finger, first fret, top E and the B string. Second finger, second fret on the G string. So you only play that, only play those three strings, nothing else at this stage. When you get really used to playing that, we'll go into adding another string. So this gets a lot harder because it's quite a stretchy move, and you'll probably find you're having to maneuver your first finger around, but only after how many hours, days or weeks it takes you to get used to that. Let's just do that first before you put your third finger on, which is the next fret up. It's like stepping up, the next string along and the next fret along. So the D string on the third fret. So play it from the D string down. So you got first finger barring the top two strings, the top E and the B, second finger on the second fret on the G, third finger stretching along to the third fret on the D string, and only play from the D string down. It will take a lot of getting used to. Your fingers just aren't designed to go into that shape until you've practiced and they get used to it, basically. So I have a go with the two finger F first before we move on to the three finger F.